All right, everybody, welcome back to our second show. Yay! It kind of worked.
Welcome back to The Average Giants.
The Average Giants, with your host, Average Gamer.
With your host, Average Gamer and Might Be Giants.
What are we playing for the second half of our show, Giant?
We are playing See No Evil. No, you have to watch.
Dang it! Okay, and we're going to get Gabriel on the call. He is the sole developer?
I don't know about that.
I don't know, my boss. How can I get him on the call right now?
Oh, we talk to him.
Oy vey. Hello. Possible.
Hello? Maybe not.
We have him on the call. His mic might not be working. I'm not sure.
Well, we just lost him. Okay, we're going to try again. And for now, I'm going to see if I can meld my body with yours so it looks like you're standing there.
Wait. There's our intermission.
Yeah.
Let's all go to the lobby.
Is that copyright?
I don't know.
That was amazing.
How's it going? Do you prefer Gabe or Gabriel?
You can call me whatever you want. Gabriel's cool.
So, Captain Fluffykins.
Perfect.
I knew something was coming. I wasn't sure what
my
it would
name
be.
is Dickhead.
Yeah. I'll be your host this evening.
So, before we start anything, where did you move from and where did you move to?
Oh man. Okay, so in the process of preparing to launch the game on Steam, I moved from Florida to Colorado.
Whoa.
Wow.
So that was fun. Yeah, and actually, I moved from below sea level to 11,000 feet in the Rocky Mountains.
Your brain must hurt a little bit.
Yeah, there was a couple days there that were no fun.
Welcome to the 10,000 feet club.
We're only at 3,400.
Are we only at 3,400?
Yeah.
I thought we were higher than that.
No.
Oh. Anyway, it's fun up here.
Okay, so
Yeah.
first of all, I want to thank you for finally being on the show because I bugged the frick out of you.
I was wondering how long it'd take you to bring that up.
You're one of those ones where I saw I don't know what I was watching, but I'm pretty sure I saw the Kickstarter and I saw some videos. I'm like, I need this.
Well, I'm glad to be here. I'm sorry it took so long, but now we have a full game for you, which is cool.
Wicked.
So, two things I want to touch on before we even get into the game is, can you give us a quick synopsis of the game? And secondly, you say you have a full game ready. When is it launching?
Okay, so the synopsis is it's a sound-based puzzle game where your only weapon is your voice. Play as this player in an isometric world. I don't want to say too much about it, but essentially you're using sound to manipulate the world around you, which is weird. And you can get it August 26th on Steam, and hopefully Humble as well.
Oh, so August 26th.
3 days after my birthday!
Oh, you're old this year, too.
Oh, and you know what sucks?
How old
I'm
you
just
are?
Gonna, no, that too. But, I'm going to just tell this to you right now. You were 15 minutes too late to get on for the 25th.
Yeah, dude. That was a bummer, but it's cool.
15 minutes. I just finished, getting everything set up, and I'm like, oh, good. And we're driving on our way to sushi last night, and I get your email, I'm like, my heart just sinks. I'm like, oh.
I'm not sure if you're seeing chat at all right now, by the way, Gabe, but Axel Scratch, he is the person that won a contest that you guys were holding, and he wanted to say thank you in person.
I have to shout out to him. Okay, Axel, your poster is coming. I swear. I have to come down from the mountains to mail it out. Yeah,
has to take the gondola down.
Unfortunately,
exactly.
to the mountain goats and Sherpa.
I have to climb down by hand.
The posted pigeons can't carry posters that heavy from atop the mountaintop.
That's why you need an African swallow.
Yeah, but it is coming, and I think I'm just going to give you the soundtrack as well since it took so long, so look out for that.
Oh, look at that. What a nice guy.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, sound-based games. I am so in. We have to get this started.
I played one sound-based game, maybe two.
Was that the Devil's Tuning Fork?
No, I
that
never
is,
played.
one of my favorite
I never
games.
played Devil's Tuning Fork, but I've seen that played. No, the one that I played was called Lurking.
Oh, hang on. I want to hear this.
Ignorance is bliss. Wisdom is just getting a grip on a persistent dissatisfaction. Grasping that action towards understanding is hopeless. So keep your eyes closed. It's easier that way. I promise.
Okay, we're getting your blindfold.
keyboard.
Getting the blindfold out. But yeah, I played a game called Lurking where...
Oh, yeah.
My God, they did a special mechanic in that game where it was connected to your freaking microphone. So
man.
I'm trying to do a let's play on this game, and I can't talk because it actually sets it up so that everything can see me.
Yeah,
So-
that's a really intense.
It was one of the strangest let's plays I ever did.
That was a beautiful tutorial intro page. Just
Thank you.
subtly getting them to press the spacebar. That is amazing. That is
Yeah, that's actually
awesome.
a really big thing in the game. We spent tons of time playtesting, working to make it so that we didn't have really cliche introduction tutorials where it's like they hold your hand and they walk you to the thing and it's like click E, nice. You know, it's like we just wanted to kind of let the player do it.
That's I don't know how many times I have to go back to like Mega Man X
To the
when I'm trying to
dissatisfied
explain
black
a
sheep.
good tutorial to developers. Now I have another game to go to, so thank you.
That's awesome. Yeah.
So I think this is my first time with an isometric game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's weird. It's real weird.
Yeah, and that's one of the other
It
things
looks
that drew me
awesome.
to it was it's so different for just the style of everything. I think is Bastion also isometric?
Here somewhere.
Yeah, Bastion is
Outside
like
their room.
I've only seen it played, so I was just like the way that it's built kind of resembles it, but
Good use with the audio too. That's just reverb and reverse notes, isn't it?
to those not
You have to
hostile
get that
forward
kinda
movement,
harrowing
where
voice.
is
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
That's
We have an awesome sound guy, Luke Thomas, that did all the audio, the soundtrack and stuff, and then a good buddy of mine, Ben Pepin, recorded the voice acting and did all that action to it. But you said when you were calling me, you asked if I was the sole developer, and actually there was a programmer on the game named William Hawley who did an awesome job programming all the stuff. I did all the art and writing and a lot of the level design, but there were others involved.
The art is magnificent.
yes, it is.
Thank you so much. I was
Style
working
is
on it for a long time. Most of the game was actually worked on while I was working full time at Trendy Entertainment. So
Wow.
I would work like 8 hours at the studio and then come home and work another 8 hours on this.
Oh.
So you survived on a mixture of coffee and booze.
Yes, yeah.
Footsteps.
I don't even remember most of it. So it's,
So when you're playing this game, you go, "Sweet! I've never played this part before."
yeah.
New level.
Yeah.
So how long was this in the making? For what you remember.
It makes me so happy that you're enjoying it. It's been in the making for I think all in all it's like 9 months. I'm really not sure because it started off as such a small thing, and that was really just supposed to be like practice. And then like as games do, it kind of evolved on its own, and it grew, and then it was like oh, I guess we're releasing on Steam, you know, like it's just kind of crazy. So I can't even like really remember when it really started or but I want to say like 9 months, something like 9 months.
So here's a good one. What is your stance on YouTubers doing playthroughs of your games?
Okay, so when we did our initial like press push for the Kickstarter, the plan was to like push it out right before E3 so that the press is like empty because no one's talking before E3, obviously, so we're gonna make announcements. And there was this huge like fluke with the Kickstarter like not going up, and so then it actually went up like the day before E3, and we like got on Rock Paper Shotgun, but the article like went down within like an hour because not down, but like it got covered up by E3 stuff immediately. And so.
Oh, hello.
Did we lose you? I think we just lost him. Come back. Oh
No!
There are but pawns and
There he is.
kings.
I lost you.
There we go.
We back?
There we go. Yeah, we hear you.
Okay. Yeah. So what I was saying is it ended up being YouTubers who like covered the game during that time because the press was so full. So I mean, it's great. My fear whenever I was sending a build to them is I would like sending like the full game. Like when I sent the demo, it was fine, but now like there's a couple of them who I sent the full game to with like the press embargo and everything, and it's kind of scary because like the press is gonna write about it and like has the sort of guidelines, but like a YouTuber can really do whatever they want, so they could like just show the ending of the game or whatever. So I'm like, it's kind of scary. Like I've showed them like, please don't like show too much or like give away too much, but do your thing. Like don't let me get in the way of it. But I don't have a problem with it. Like I'm all about games being promoted.
Don't worry. A few days from now, everything will be all good, and you won't have to worry anymore.
Yeah, we actually started on Game 2 GDD and basic prototyping already, so my stress levels will never go down. But yes, it will be a huge relief to just like have it.
Oh.
Yeah, one thing that I made with my YouTube channel was I actually decided to create a playlist called Indie Game Showcase. So what I do is that I only show off just the initial game mechanics and the first like 15-20 minutes of the game, because I'm just trying to show people what to expect, but I don't want to give anything away for them.
Right, that's awesome. Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, if games are being like promoted and shown and people are enjoying it, like you can't complain,
True enough.
So that scream is freaky as hell.
Yeah, it's weird. The mechanics for this were like usually with games you spend a lot of time like prototyping and figuring out what works for the mechanics. And this whole game actually came from a poem that's in the game, and the scream thing was just like the most natural seeming thing with the concept, and it was like one of the first things that we did, and it all just worked. It was crazy.
Huh? That is really interesting, actually.
Yeah, it's a weird game.
That's not a bad thing. This is really cool.
Yeah, it's nice to see some fresh styles, fresh animation. A different whole game mechanic that is rarely used. And it's very interesting.
So the company that we formed after sort of like really pushing Xenoblade off is called Noetic, which means ever pertaining to deeper thought. And the idea is that we make games that sort of that aren't a part of the norm. Like games are such an incredible thing, and there's so much rehashing being done. So many cliches being filled, and so we're trying to really like break out of that and make games that provoke thought, but also are new and fresh, and a little bit less mind-numbing than some might be. And there's nothing wrong with those games. It's just
please keep it up, because this is a joy. This is amazing.
It's so exciting to hear that. As a developer, you spend so much time just like making things, and you're like, everyone's gonna hate this. So it's really cool. And
this is your baby, and you're always worried when it's gonna come out. It's gonna be really ugly.
This is a beautifully done twist on a puzzle platformer. Not puzzle platformer, sorry, a puzzle game. The music is amazing. You've really nailed the atmosphere, and your style bleeds into everything, from the sounds to the music to the art style to even what you're focusing on in this level. Like, you don't have a background here. It's just a black abyss behind you, but what you need to focus on is exactly what they show you, which is kind of cool that way.
We experimented with like adding sort of like these painterly backgrounds, and what it came down to is like everything in the game affects the gameplay so much. Like even carpet. You see, you're walking on carpet now. You were walking on stone, and your footsteps are actually quieter when they're on the carpet. And so like the walls are blocking the sound. The crate you're moving to work the puzzle. You have the enemy. Like everything that you see is being used in the game, and so anything else that's distracting from that is actually like makes the puzzles just weird and feel uncomfortable. So we tried to make it look good, but also just like let the players see what they need to see.
Smart. Yeah, we one of the big topics of conversation that we have when it comes to games is some people have a tendency to overdo it on games. They try to fill it with everything that they possibly can, and that usually ends up being almost like a failure.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so Bastion is actually a really good example of a game that was like jam-packed with detail, but got away with it because it was so well executed. I actually didn't play Bastion until like a while into development of the game, but people were like, "It's isometric. It must be like Bastion." And I'm like, "Well, I should probably check this out." But that game has so much detail. Like the artist is incredible. She did a great job, but she packed the art like so detailed that like sometimes it's a little distracting. But the game is executed so well that it makes it work, you know. Nope, that's not gonna do it.
Nope.
But
look what you did!
This puzzle is the product of so much playtesting. It was much harder than this. Just so you can.
That's good though. That's fine. I suck at puzzles, but that's okay.
Yeah, and you'll see there's little segments from the journal that you picked up in the beginning that sort of give you hints on how to do these levels.
I would talk more, but this is very riveting.
I had no complaints there.
It's a cool game.
So what was the biggest challenge when making this game?
Well, making a game. It's a pretty big challenge. But I think the biggest challenge for me personally, I can't speak for the whole team, but for me personally, it was that time when I was working at Trendy and working on the game. It was just like so overkill, but it was one of those things where I was like, I found my need, like I had to go indie, and so there wasn't like another option. Like I couldn't bring myself to not do this, but I was working so much and just like straining myself. And luckily, I have some really awesome friends and a really awesome girlfriend who like didn't hate me through that. But it was so stressful and crazy. And I mean, I'm glad that you're loving the product of it.
Yes, it's very immersive. You can't run. Maybe you need dude. Can you get dude? Dude, come here, dude. Hey, bro, I'm over here, bro.
The problem is,
bro.
Do I need to get him in
there? Hey.
It's so weird making a puzzle game because like when you're working on like the game I was working on, or the games that I have worked on in the past, just like as an artist, have all been like pretty actiony. And when you watch someone playtest these games, they get so excited. You know, they're getting all like up on their toes, and you hear things like whoa and wow all the time. But with the puzzle game, it's weird to playtest because no one's like playing a puzzle and it's like, oh my god, you know, they're just like playing along, and people are like, what the hell? Like, I don't understand. So it's like trying to find that balance of like frustration and fun.
That's very true.
Can you utilize that guy?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
That hole there?
That's what I'm thinking.
I was really worried that you guys were going to show too much of the game, but
no, that's you have no worry there. Trust me.
You gotta, that's another weird thing with puzzle games is the length is so hard to determine as a developer, because you know, like once we make a puzzle, we know how to solve it, and so like, and all people solve them at a different pace. So it's like we thought we had a really short game, and then we playtested the first 2 chapters, and it took people a couple hours, and we were like, whoa, maybe not.
It's good that it went that way and not the other way, though.
Right? Yeah, definitely.
That's the same with our friends, the developers of Hyphen. They posted when they made their game, they posted the par times for all their levels.
Oh.
And for an example, like their second level, I think the par time was like 1.5 minutes to beat it or something like that. And my first playthrough was like 16 minutes. And I think the best I've done so far is like maybe 4 minutes since then. But it's interesting to try and see, like, as a developer, you know your game pretty well. Mm-hmm. And you're like, okay, I need to do this, but you're not sure about how the general public is going to do compared to you, consider they haven't made the game.
Right, totally. Yeah, John and I have been racing and can play through the whole game in an hour and a half. But I think the general playtester is at like 6, a little bit more. I'm not sure actually. I'm not sure. We just added the New Game Plus. I don't think it's in the build that you have. But the New Game Plus adds even more fun.
Oh?
So anytime that you want to hint, just let me know. And I'll
Subtle.
It's one of those games where no matter how frustrated you get because you don't know how to do it, you're like, I must beat this.
That's perfect. Oh, that's the best. That I can't even tell you.
Working as intended.
Yeah, working as intended after so much playtesting.
Go away. Go away.
Wait,
no! I want him there.
That'd be a good thing.
See
See what happens if he stays there. What?
Oh, but it's not going to give me enough time.
Now, I was going to say, try to push the block back to
This is so interesting. I've never seen it played this way. If you can do this, I'm really impressed.
Yeah, I would have been impressed too.
That would have been cool.
Yeah. Sir, I'm not here to hurt you. I just have a box that I think you would like. There you go. Yep. Perfect. Attaboy. Thank you. Thank you, sir. No.
So do you still have fun playing this?
In a different way, I think. I really enjoy. I enjoy finding new ways. That's always fun to do puzzles. But after you've done a puzzle like 400 times, it's like you just know what you're doing. And sometimes, like as a developer, you just sort of run through it. Like it becomes sort of a job. But there's moments where, like after having not played the first chapter for forever and coming back to it, it was a really cool moment for me. And then once we finished the game and playing through start to finish was like a really powerful moment. So it's sometimes cool to like remember that you enjoy your game. Like in the midst of the insaneness of development, especially with the puzzle game. There's definitely those moments where just sort of you're like surprised with it.
I was just thinking, how many of those stay open? I'm thinking all you gotta do is leave a box in one of the green heads and then push it out.
Oh yeah.
I think that's all you have to do. I think you're overthinking this.
I think you're right. I think you're right, sir. I want to play tag with my mouth.
That's one of the problems that I have when it comes to puzzle games, is that I overthink everything.
Yeah, me too.
You over-engineer it when you realize that
Gabe was worried we were going to show too much of his game.
all you gotta do is think of the easiest possible thing is usually the right way.
Well, I think part of good puzzle design is leaving it open. I'm not a huge fan of really, really huge convoluted puzzles. I like things that are like sort of simple and elegant, and like when you look at it, you're like, I have no idea. But it is something really simple, like this right here is a perfect example. I really like this puzzle because it seems like when you first look at it, there's all these things that you feel like you could do to make it work, and they just don't work out. And then there's this moment right here where you see, this thing that's really easy. You just put the grid on the green wall, and you're set to go.
Good thinking, by the way,
Good thing I'm not playing this. We'd be done by now.
Let's not get crazy. You heard nothing.
You can see how big the circles are, the sound waves.
But there's carpet in the middle there.
Yeah. Those hands are freaky.
I know.
Hands are freaking me out, man.
Those are actually the programmer for Game 2. Those are his hands. I painted his hands.
These hands look strong, don't they?
Yeah.
Are they holding up the world or pulling him down?
Okay, I have learned from my erroneous ways.
Remember, simple is the best, or not.
Oh, nice.
So
Got a pro in here.
Two pro.
Yeah.
Two pro.
I was gonna ask. There is a lot of. Whoa, that's not what I think. We see a lot of hands, we see a lot of faces, and obviously we're using our voices. Is there inspiration that's going towards these things. Like, it's all very human body related. If that makes sense at all.
Yeah, it's a lot of atmosphere stuff. So like all of the chapters follow this progression that's in this poem that I wrote to sort of like start the game. And this first chapter, this is sort of just about the original state. Like, you had your eyes closed for all this time, and you open them up to this world that's so closed off. And so there's a lot of things like the hands holding the banners with the closed eyes, like hands to cover up your face, and you have these sort of like distraught faces for the footballs.
Go back in.
I don't know. I think like the human body is a pretty cool piece of artwork, and there's a lot you can do with it. But yeah, you'll notice like this chapter it's sort of like grim in its design. Like, you get a lot of grays, you get that red, which is like not super friendly color. And then if we get to the second chapter, one of my favorite moments while watching playtests is when people first walk into the second chapter, because it's this total change of mood. And that was actually one of the times when playtesters would say like, "Wow," and it's like sort of makes my heart jump. It's like, yes, I did something. But you're almost there. I think this is the last one.
Oh, I didn't do it right now.
I really love the moment of fear when he hears you.
Maybe you can hold two of them down with one
Fear is
block.
real. What's that?
Maybe you can hold two of them down with one block.
What do you mean? This?
With one of those blocks, can you hold two of those stones down?
Oh, I couldn't get the red ones open, that's why. But if that stays there...
Good job. God.
And that goes down. There we go. Oh! You sneaky! So we need the green.
Put on your thinking cap, good sir.
Oh, I think
I would ask questions, but I'm way too into this right now.
Right? I know.
I love it. No, I love it. It's perfect. If you were just like, talking about it, it would.
Do you have a favorite story related to this game?
Oh man, any game developer, any game developer knows that, like, especially indie developers where you just have like a couple people, that there's so much mayhem that happens, that there's just endless stories. I feel like the day before we launched the Kickstarter, I was more stressed out than I've ever been in my life. And my programmer and I were like, just like butting heads and like really going at each other, because we were both like stressing out and freaking out with all that stuff we had to do, and it was like crazy. And then like the moment it launched, the Kickstarter was up, and we're like, it's finally up, and we like sent up links and everything. And my partner's just like, "I love you, dude." I'm like, "I love you too." Just like after all of this mayhem craziness, it's like peace. But yeah, I mean, there are endless stories.
That's actually one of my favorite scenes. It's harsh in Indie Game the Movie is when they launch the day they launch on X Live, and just the frustration because they can't find the game, they don't know what's going on, and they just freak. And a lot of people don't realize how stressful that actually is.
I freaking love that movie. I remember I watched it with a good buddy of mine who like doesn't do game dev when it came out, and at the end of the movie I was just like speechless, and he was like, "Well, those guys are like weirdly obsessed," and I'm like, "Shut up! Like, you do not understand." Because it's true. Like, anytime you're making artwork, you put yourself into it, you know. And after a year or multiple years of putting yourself into something, and just like really investing yourself, and then like the whole world gets to see it and say whatever they want about it. Like, the human body is not built to handle that sort of thing. So it is crazy. And I totally respect all of those developers and their process.
That oh man, I mean, being hired by IGM, Indie Game Magazine, obviously gave me a bit of, love towards indie games. But and I've always been a gamer, but watching Indie Game the Movie really inspired me, actually, in the industry. It's a great way to show that story.
Yeah.
And just the amount of work and the amount of passion that goes into these, like it's art. It's showing how these people express themselves through their medium of the video game.
Yeah, and you definitely see a different side. I love the scene where like Braid launches and Jonathan Blow is like, he was like, after launch was actually some of the most depressing times of my life because, and I feel like the reason is that he spent so much time on something and invested so much, and people just saw a game, and he was like, it's not just a game, there's so much more to it. But the community like that doesn't really get that, just saw the game.
And he.
Do you just realize you're stuck now?
You can restart the level by clicking escape and
Okay.
restart.
He was well known for the advice he would give to people after he launched his game.
Yeah. So I gotta say, I'm like a huge fanboy of Jonathan Blow. He has these game dev talks, like, people know him for that, but like, check out his game development talks, because they're like insanely awesome. Like, some of the best game design theory that I've ever heard on the internet. The dude's fantastic, and like, yeah, he's got his quirks, and
so does Phil Fish too, though. Like,
yeah. I mean, well, Phil Fish got definitely the most heat. I mean, will some of it deserve? Maybe, I don't know, but like, again, the dude is an artist, and I feel like Phil Fish's biggest thing is that he wasn't prepared for what the internet had for him, which is, it's anyone's game. It's Russian roulette, like sometimes they love you, sometimes they hate you. It's that showbiz, But he's a great artist. He just wasn't prepared for that, and it would have been great if he would have just had a PR guy. If Phil Fish just had a PR guy, like, we would have Fez 2. We would have so much cool stuff. But I mean, it is what it is. I'm definitely not hating him.
And that's the same thing. Like, he is who he is. I found what he created in Fez is it was this amazing game that he took in a world of violence and all that kind of thing. He tried to make this game that was completely engaging with no kind of violence. That was really chill.
Crazy.
And
you see his like stress levels, and then the game he produces is just like so peaceful and like.
And I bet that the game was mostly a coping mechanism.
Definitely, yeah, no doubt. I mean, again, art is a reflection of yourself, so like. He's finding that world, you know what I mean? Like, I imagine when he's making Fez, he's finding that world.
Yeah, completely.
But yeah, dude, independent game development is madness, and like, I feel like the two biggest things for games to move forward are, one, that developers start taking risks and start like not relying so much on what we know works. Like, everyone knows World of Warcraft works, so we should all make fantasy MMOs, Like, I feel like that's part of it, but the other huge part is like the game community understanding like what this process is and what we're doing, because like as cool as it would be if all developers could just be like mega chill and like handle the internet and like make these innovative games, like it would be equally as cool if the internet could handle itself a little bit, and we're all a part of that. Like, we all contribute.
None of us are really innocent of that.
No, yeah. As an avid Team Fortress player, in my youth, I definitely had my rages.
Yeah, that's my wife and I were League of Legends for years and years.
I used to play League of Legends.
I've been lucky that I've stayed out of most of the poisonous gaming.
Yeah, it's an ode to how cool games have the potential to be. That people can become so engrossed. It's just we got to move forward.
This has been a really good chat, showing off an amazing game. But this has been a very nice chat.
That's good. Oh man, Mega Pie Man PhD did an interview with us before the Kickstarter, and he's commenting. I see there are no hats in See No Evil. There will never be hats.
There's hoods, but no hats.
There are hoods. No hats. Only real games have hats.
Oh, that's his thing. If there's no hats, there's no game.
Yeah.
I actually saw a great talk Gabe Newell gave about like why they were doing that, and it was genius. I mean, he's obviously a smart dude, but
he's
like
the Batman of our industry.
Yeah. But he was like in real life, why do you buy a hat? Why do you buy like a nice car, a fancy car? Like they don't actually like it's no different than the crappy hat. It's no different than whatever. But we buy nice hats because we care about what people like think of us and what people see. And we want to look a certain way. And now that we're spending so much of our life online, how is it any different? Why is it weird to spend money on something online to make me look cool and make me feel a certain way? And it totally makes sense. It's like it's true. Like we spend all this time online. It's not really that different.
So true.
I have faith in you for this puzzle.
You're
halfway
puzzles. Down. I love these puzzles.
My thing is that I'm just.
It's hard to backseat game a game like this.
I can't focus on what to do because I'm not doing it myself.
Yeah, I'm really hoping you get to chapter. This is the last puzzle in chapter 1. I'm really hoping you get to chapter 2 because I feel like the puzzles for the game really shine in chapter 2. So I have my fingers crossed.
Show most of my game off.
Don't
worry about
it.
No. Chapter 2 is awesome though. I could say that because awesome and relatively to the rest of the game. But I remember we made the first chapter and it was cool. It's fun, but we were both by the end of it just I don't know if this is what we had in our vision because it is a lot of learning stuff. And then we made chapter 2 and we're like, chapter 1 is exactly what it needs to be. Chapter 2 is exactly what we want the scene to be. So it introduces this new mechanic that is it is evil. It makes it. It's cool because it's something you can only do in our game. Is in no other games in any form, which is just really exciting.
I know it's a little rough that there's oh no, you got me. There's the bit of lag between the Skype call and the stream, and I apologize for that. It makes it really confusing.
No, that's cool.
Okay.
I love watching people play the game. It's exciting. I mean, obviously that's why I freaking make games.
Yeah. One thing that since we're talking about Gabe Newell, we may as well go there. But one thing that
Half-Life 3.
There's 3 hands in this room. Half-Life 3.
Yeah, Evil is actually a Half-Life 3 confirmation.
Oh my god! If you draw a point from each hand, it's a triangle.
Oh my god! Illuminati Half-Life 3.
Oh wait a minute! See No Evil. That's 3 words. Half-Life 3.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But what I wanted to say with a good puzzle game, it's a lot like a good rage game or a good platformer.
Yeah.
In that there's a big difference when people think that the developer is being. Oh, I see what you meant about tuning. Sorry, tangent. Click. Oh, it worked too. Okay, with a rage game, there are 2 types of deaths. There's the death of the, oh my god, this is unfair, I hate this game, I don't want to play it anymore.
Yeah.
And then there's the, oh my god, I can't believe I just did that, I know I can do better.
Yeah. Yes,
and
that's...
It's true with puzzle games as well. That's what I'm getting with this one. Every time I'm failing at going, oh, I needed to do that, it's me thinking that, not me going, oh my god, this puzzle is ridiculous. And
yes, and that's a huge thing.
I was going to bring up Gabe Newell because Portal does it well as well.
Yeah, I mean, Portal was a student project before it was Valve's.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a huge thing, and that's something that we play tested a lot for, and from the beginning we're really concerned about because, I'm not a fan of games where one of the design cornerstones was if you know how to do the puzzle, you should be able to do the puzzle. And in chapter 3, we introduced some mechanics that make that a little bit more challenging because there's a little bit of speed involved. But for the most part with the puzzles, there shouldn't be a time when you're I know exactly what I need to do, but I just can't do it. Because that's when you get that, I just want to quit. Because it feels like it's broken, not like it's hard.
I really like that, actually. I may quote you on that. That's a really good quotable.
Cool.
Okay, I got this.
Brains.
I need you. Come with me.
And the crowd silences. As average gamer lines up for
The music is so tense, too.
Yeah, the soundtrack is like... I knew it was great. Like, I knew Luke killed it and was doing an awesome job all throughout development. But then I was like, oh yeah, we should probably put like an actual soundtrack together, because you'll notice actually as you go through the levels, the music gets progresses, it gets more intense. So it was built kind of weird because we had to build it in segments, so that like as you go on in the levels.
Yep. Damn it! I had it too.
But yeah, the music was built to progress, so it was built like kind of like chopped up, and so coming near the end of development, I was like, we got to put together like an actual soundtrack, like we got to put it all together and make this work, and he did, and it blew my mind. Like I didn't realize how incredible his music was until, like I knew it was great, but I didn't realize how great it was until like he put the soundtrack together and let me listen to it, and it just like I'm taking zero credit for this. The dude is amazing.
It is really good.
But no, you gave him the direction.
As like make music.
And the motivation.
So
and the money.
The money, that's the one.
I'd also like to get into brass tacks since we're getting there. It's launching the 26th. Do we have a price point and what platforms? And is the soundtrack available?
So soundtrack is available right now on iTunes and Loader, Spotify soon. Price point for the game is $15, and it'll be available initially on Windows and Mac, and Linux people. I'm not going to announce anything so that you don't hate me, but hold out hope.
Linux people are not people you want to piss off.
No, they're not. No, they're not. But just know that we are working hard for you. And then what happens from there is like up in the air. The programmer for See No Evil isn't actually working on Game 2. He's actually just going to be dedicated to doing his own thing, but also just like updating See No Evil and making sure that there's no bugs and hopefully exploring new platforms. So yeah, there's a lot that can be done there.
What did I tell you from the beginning?
Dude, this is totally different than anyone has ever done this puzzle. I know it seems really simple, but I've never seen this puzzle done this way.
Oh, really?
That was crazy.
How is it usually done?
So it's usually you put a flip or a box on the blue flip wall, and then there's a green one under you that you put a crate over, and you can kind of like weave around and flip the red one and then walk back.
Well, there you go. There's option B.
This guy.
Don't
like what you see, jump out of the exit window, as Zuru says.
I love that quote. That was in the video that we watched. Friend once told me the world seems darker with your eyes open. I love that. Yep. Oh, it's so good.
That's my hipster philosophy in game design action.
Consider this.
Oh, okay.
You were once safe inside your structured home. A place constructed for the instructed. The instructions set in stone. It was not confining, it was uniting. You're now completely alone. Consider this. Ignorance was bliss.
Oh,
she's mean.
That was amazingly written. I loved that. That was wordsmithery. Yes.
Yeah, I initially wanted to do the whole game in just poetry, and like some of it sort of like fell through as we just wanted to like I needed to be able to translate story as well. But there's a lot of crazy poems.
Mm-hmm. And here we go, chapter 2. We're already into a completely different aesthetic.
Chapter 1 only took 46 minutes.
Uh-oh.
What's that noise?
Freedom Song, is it progression? Oh, good God. No. Oh, good. So you made it from puzzle to stressful as boss.
Think quietly.
Them spikes, though.
Oh, them flowers, though. Okay, I got that now.
Is it progression or distracting? It depends on your perspective.
I love watching someone play the game with like a friend behind them because they're always like, "You idiot."
Yeah. Giant and I are really bad for that. We went to high school together and we lived together for like a year, so we're really good at backseat gaming each other.
You got the first
Remember
part right.
playing Fable? I couldn't even play Fable with you or John in the room. Just because I wanted to be the good guy.
I was unfortunately the neutral guy.
Yeah, they're boring. Oh, go! You get no.
I was the guy that was like, well, I don't really want to do that, but I don't really want to not do that, so I'll just kind of even it out with a good and a bad thing. So I became the most boring character possible. Tell my wife I said hello.
Oh man. Oh, there's no good way to do this. No. Oh darn. I need to time that better. Hit it. Oh, what's that? Huh? Oh,
Damn you flowers!
Just a flower. It's like Metal Gear Solid. Huh? Oh, just a box.
Can you walk slowly?
That reminds me.
Oh, no! I almost had it.
Can you like take little steps and will it be less?
No.
Get on your hands and knees and crawl.
Okay, so nice. Oh, don't worry about it, sir. Just pay attention to this flower. Oh, no! Darn it.
So what you're doing in real life right now is very similar to what you need to do to get past the next pose.
Be really noisy. Be Gary Busey. Oh!
Darn.
Be Gary Busey with lots of teeth.
Entourage, Gary Busey? Yep. No. Go more, though. Do it. Yeah. Attaboy. That's, oh. Bang, bang, bang. Go.
No,
Go. No, that was close. Yeah, did it.
Again, not the way it's supposed to be done, but that was me.
He's the anti-gamer.
Yeah, dude, we're learning so much from you right now.
Clearly,
okay, this is the part. The horns. So the horns are like my jam. It's another thing where like I can't even take credit for the design. Like it's just something that sort of happened, and then I got super excited and just like used it into puzzles. But there's so much with this game that was like we never intended for it to be as cool as it ended up being. Things like the horns, that is just like the game designed itself.
Oh, that's so cool! Actually, that's a good topic to touch on too. What you're saying. We have some friends that made a game called Concursion, and what they did
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, it's a neat one. They took 5
years?
No, 5 games.
5 games.
Right?
4
5
years,
retro-style games.
7 people.
5 retro-style games and mix them together.
One way.
But what they did is like, okay, here's our palette of mechanics. Let's see how we can mix them all to see what kind of creations we can get for different types of levels. So it's that same kind of way of thinking of like, okay, we have these to play with. What can they make, or what will they make themselves?
Yeah, John and I both did levels, and we actually, for each chapter, we actually did we made twice the amount of levels that are actually in the chapter. And then we just took like the 15 that were the coolest out of that. And what that does is like initially it's like, okay, well I can use a horn to yell at this dude to make him hit a switch. But after you've built like 15 levels, you have to really start being creative and weird with what you're doing. And so it makes one of those things where it forces you to be creative. Like you said, if you have a palette, instead of just adding new random things to be like, well, it's getting boring, I should add something new, you're sort of forced to really work with what you have, and that's where innovation comes from.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're gonna make it.
We've got... So, what am I doing? Oh, I was looking at the time. We've got about 6 minutes left.
6 minutes to beat this level.
Hold on. Well, hello, darkness, my old friend. It's time to claim me once again. Oh, snap.
I don't think that's gonna work, Jim.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see how it works out.
Bold strategy, Cotton.
No.
We seem to have bold strategy caught moments in every episode.
We also seem to break games, but we haven't broken this one. We found new ways to play it.
Yes.
It's not breaking it because you're actually completing the level. So
If you guys do break it, I'll just play it off like it is in the rhythm.
It's like, oh, I meant to put that in there. What?
Oh yeah,
What?
you found my super secret ending.
New
I love
mechanic.
it too.
It's indie game dev, man. Don't restrict my art.
I love it. That needs to be the box tag. Don't restrict my art. 10 out of 10 average giants.
Exactly.
Mega Pie Man.
That's perfect. Yeah.
Indie games don't have bugs; they have features.
This is bonus material.
Yeah. Okay, we need to get here, and here, and do that, and whoop, and shloop-a-doo, and
Whoop-a-doo.
whoop up up up.
It was
Right.
the sloop
Nice.
that did it.
Shloop-a-doo.
Nice. But the right voice can free others. All of them.
These guys are happy, and the other guys are not happy.
Right voice.
La, 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 la. Oh my god, this is so cool.
Those guys don't like sound?
No, they're trying to sleep.
Dummies.
They're old.
Trying to sleep. Come on.
Third.
All these guys are trying to sleep. Ah!
So a really important thing. I should definitely know this for this over. We have nothing against blind people, and no one in this game is like physically blind. Just to make that clear.
Yes.
When we were developing it, one of my buddies is like, "You're just gonna make a community of people that just screams at blind people when they see them." Definitely not what we're going for.
Not the intention.
Yes, this is all. There's a deeper meaning that actually I don't think you'll get there in the next 4 minutes. But in chapter 2, the story is sort of fleshed out more and explained about sort of the metaphor of the blindness.
Oh, okay, cool. So, once again, if you don't mind linking where they can purchase the game and the soundtrack, since we've only got a couple minutes left.
I got that.
This has been See No Evil. It's going to be $15. It's available on the 26th. So, not long. Not long at all. Like 8 days, another week.
Fast. Crazy fast. Scary fast.
And it's freaking awesome. So, everybody should go and buy it. Or else I have no respect for you.
That's what I like to
Those are
hear.
your options.
You have to block the sound from one of those guys.
Block the sound. Oh. Ew.
Oh.
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 Wait, how? Oh, I just gotta block the schlubits. I got it. I got it. Thanks. I just need to block the flower. Because the other little bit will be like boop, 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 bloop. Okay, let me just get that for you.
Fancy.
Let me just get that for you.
Wingardium of your soul.
Ronald, where's
Wrong.
Where's love your soul? Oh.
Oh, man. But Gabriel, we've got 2 minutes left. Gabriel.
Stop it, Ron. Stop.
Apparently Giant is just gonna blow your skirt up in there.
I'm going through the internet.
I wanted to say it's been a pleasure having you on the show. We've had some awesome conversations, and I love having.
Thanks for the really
good
really
conversations.
short notice.
Yes. Thank you
I'm
so much
sorry.
for helping
From us
us
both.
out.
Yeah, I would love to be on again. It was a lot of fun.
And yeah, because I know you guys are just launching this, so we would love to hear more about what happens with that. But any projects you have in the future, or any major updates that you have coming for this game, let us know, because we would love to have you back.
Right on. I'll shoot you a message after it launches and tell you if I'm if I have a private jet or am still dirt poor. So,
Perfect.
really the
was
only
it?
2 options.
On Team Meat, I forgot what his name is, that did the art for
Edmund
the
McMullen.
Binding of Isaac. But he bought his parents' house. Oh no,
Yeah,
it was
Edmund
the
McMullen.
program. Yeah,
no,
yeah.
Timothy, yeah. His name is Tim something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Edmund McMullen's art, though. It's crazy.
Yeah, he's amazing. I can't wait for Rebirth. I want to get them on Average Giants.
Yes.
I'm trying. I'm
That'd be
working
great.
hard to bug them enough.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Sir,
The cookies.
those are not my
He's
footprints.
finding all the cookies.
Don't yell at me!
The cookies.
Yes.
Okay, but that's gonna be it for
End
us. Yeah, the thing that happens when the show's over.
Thanks for having me, guys. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, thank you for being on the show, and we look forward to talking to you in the future.
Right on.
Okay, and for everybody else, from everyone here at IGM, Average Giants, which is me and Giant, thanks for coming. It's always with you guys, or with your help, that we get to do this show. That looks weird. that doesn't look right. That's Giant now.
Or is it just right?
Or is it just right? Okay, but from everybody here, much love, everybody, and we'll see you next time.
Oh, it's gonna be a great show. It's gonna be great. Yeah.